one thing before we crack on. There's a thing. Part 4. There's this thing called meat.
Pedwar is...
Oh, you do
Before you
speak
do that,
Welsh.
do you want me to teach you a Welsh word?
Oh, yes, please.
Go on then.
Welsh word of the day.
Is it as cool as... forgotten what it is.
Actually, I know a place...
Cattywampus.
It is. See if you can guess what it is very quickly. Just one minute.
Yeah, no, you crack on, you go on.
Pob de ping.
Sorry?
Pob de ping.
Erection.
It's a rude word.
Nope.
This has been turned on me and now I'm unprepared.
Pub to ping.
This is my game.
Is it the pub?
Well, the thing is, it's a new Welsh word because this thing didn't exist when Welsh was first... Well, when it was derived or...
Invented.
Invented when it became...
So it's
something new.
Something
technologically wise.
Is it selfie?
No.
It's
something... Think about what I'm saying. I said pob de ping.
So it's pinging.
Ping.
So is it text message?
No, it's not that modern. It's modern, but not that modern.
Sonar system.
Ooh,
No,
pod to ping. That makes sense.
Close. That's not bad. He's quite good at this, isn't he? You get them in kitchens.
Kettle.
No, kettle
Microwave.
doesn't go ping. That is Welsh.
Boosh!
For
Let's
microwave.
go.
That's
Pob
cool.
and ping, and
I'm
it's
not being
something
funny,
like.
there was only a couple of things it could have been.
It's like something
he took
like
one away.
It's like
Why'd you have to take everything away from me?
that pings. Or
That
something
doesn't
like
ping.
I'm so sorry, but I just
No,
thought of that.
well, fun
I
enough
thought
to talk
that
about
there.
Welsh was. I was taught when I went on holiday, when lads' holiday away in Greece, we met up with like a load of girls there who were from Wales, and then they were.
And then you scared them away immediately.
No, actually,
I was going to let him get a little bit in, and then...
no. One of them said I had a nice smile in her bedroom at night.
Did she, did
while I
she
was watching
say?
her sleep. No, so
Did she say you do you well?
you do you well. No, but then she told
Do
me.
you well, you do?
She was like, I was like, where are you from? And she told us, and it's Llanelli.
Sorry?
Is that a place?
No, it's Llanelli.
Oh,
You've got to
so I fucked it up
more with
immediately.
it.
Llanelli.
Llanelli. You're close. It's double L.
Yeah.
It's
Sounds
double L.
like you ain't right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Llanelli.
you be grateful she's not from
Tuck your ears in.
Llanfair, Pwllgwyngyll, Gogenig, Llandrobo, Llandisil, Gogogoch.
Bloody hell.
Because that's a long place.
Yeah, I'll just say
Otherwise known as Llanfair.
the north bit.
Yeah, the north
The
bit.
south
See,
bit.
I'm from Bridgend, it's easy. You don't got to worry about speaking Welsh there.
Meat.
Anyway, sorry.
So there's this thing which has become a thing.
I think we should coin it the meat.
the meat.
Yeah.
Joel, the best Senford, had coined it originally. I can do it. Alex can't.
Please give us a demonstration of what the meat is.
If Joel could do it.
So this is,
Get glasses off.
we're sort of back to the Urban Dictionary here. So this is the meat.
So you just got to relax your face and shake really hard and fast.
So it's a bit like...
a little bit of moisture.
What's his name in Goonies? Where he does the...
Hey, you guys.
Yeah, and he does the truffle, the chuckle shuffle.
Yes. No, but with your face and making noise.
Oh,
So the noise is what we're going for.
There you go. Good
close.
work. Hey, for your first attempt at
Yeah.
the
Not
meat.
bad.
oh, God, give me a headache.
Pretty good that was.
Nothing to do with the wine. This is
No, nothing
I
at all.
love that we're subtly getting
You do it,
everybody that joins us to do.
Can you just...
That's really funny. Do it again. It's making me laugh.
I'm going to do it for the next 20 minutes.
This is part 4. Just Joel going.
20 minutes of meat.
Right, so quick
Well, we
question.
should do like a feature length, hour long of you just meeting.
No, I'll end up with a headache.
Do you know what? You know that what's that CTE? Is it? You'd have that if you kept doing
Yeah,
that.
Like you said, I like the idea of we're just asking people to come on. Just imagine saying that. Can you come on our podcast and just shake your face into a microphone for us for a little bit?
We know a couple of people that would probably do that.
Yeah,
Actually.
it's true.
Yeah, but
Check
I
something
I
out.
In
think
fact, that's better than making them talk.
I think we get everybody to do it. We got a couple of young ladies coming
No,
to join
it's
us
mine.
shortly. I think we get them
Patented.
to do it. No, sorry, mate.
Mine is patented.
It belongs to Buckin Around now.
Patented.
Right, question. Do we
Oi, go on then.
give money to homeless people?
I
And how do we feel about it?
what like when you're on the street or to like a charity?
Oh, both.
I buy the big issue.
Yeah, see,
I-
that's interesting.
See, and I'll be the first to admit that I think it's.
I don't even read it, by the way. A lot of the time.
This is
But I
a
do buy it.
Yeah.
this is a tough question because that have you seen that video of the guy? I think it's in Chicago, the homeless guy
That's made a
talking
shitload of money out
about no, because he's dead now, isn't he? He died.
Oh.
But he was basically, and this video is about 5 years old, but all of a sudden it came to light again on social media about this homeless guy who basically was talking about how people abused him in the street and were calling him a bum and stuff. And he said, no, and he was saying, you know, just because I'm down on my luck, that doesn't mean I'm a bum. I'm a human. I'm a human being. You know? And I do, that. And I'll be the first to admit that I guiltily walk past, like, there's a homeless guy who sits on London Bridge every morning. Yeah. He's always sitting there with his cup, you know, he's holding his cup. And I just think, like, that, because, like, for me, I think about when we came home from the Super Bowl. Yeah. And it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you're standing in the middle of the street in London, and you're thinking, I cannot wait just to get on a bus, just to get on the train. Yeah, just cannot wait to get home. To be in a situation where that has no end, where it's like, it's freezing cold.
But he could be, and this sounds controversial, he could be standing in the middle of London Bridge with 10 big issues, selling them to double his money to then go back and get 10 more big issues. Yeah. So he has. I don't want to get into it too much, because I'm not saying he has an option, because I wouldn't ever want to be in that position. I don't envy anyone doing it. However, he could. No, actually, no, I don't know. I don't know. Because
I know what you're saying.
Some people have got to go and do it.
I know what you're saying.
He's obviously so down on his luck.
Especially if you're in this position as well, you'll more than likely be having, you know, mental health issues and stuff. The depression will be difficult to find any kind of drive.
If you think it's this, so again, going back to the video, and I think a lot of people will have seen it, so it's a good reference point to kind of be, you know, so he was saying, because of the way that he comes across and the way that he appears, that means that he can't go to the job centre and apply for a job, because they'll say, if we think you're suitable, we'll contact you. And he said, well how are you going to contact me? Because I don't have a phone. Can't afford to buy a phone, which means and it rolls on and on and on. So, like, there are people, I think, like, if you were a driven enough individual that got into a situation where you found yourself so hard on your luck that you did have to essentially start again, and you did find yourself doing a week on the streets or whatever it would be, I think there's some people who would be so motivated that they would flip that back around very quickly. But I do also think that sometimes there are circumstances that physically don't allow you to do that. And you can be so unlucky.
You get trapped.
That you just fall into that situation. But the trouble is, because you don't know the backstory of the person that you're dealing with.
But the hard thing is, like in America, like, I think it's probably more difficult to get out of that situation. Yeah. But I think, you know, years ago here, it was easier to get out of that situation if you really wanted to. And with guidance from, like, the government and stuff like that. But obviously it's getting a lot tougher now.
I think
I personally don't like giving money. No. I do, but, like, if I can, I'll be like, look,
buy a cup of tea.
If you're hungry, sandwich, I'll go McDonald's or something.
Totally agree with you. That's the way to do it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
But I have given, like, change to people. Like, so what I worry about is giving someone money, because I saw an article somewhere where, like, people were making like £400 a day, like, begging and going off to, like, their mansion in, like,
as soon as they get a few quid in the cup, they empty it into their pocket and put it back again, so it looks empty.
The ones that get me, though, is when they've got like an animal, they've got like a dog or something, because I'm such a sucker for it, and then genuinely, what's the funny?
No, it's true.
No, I know what you're saying. But I also think the dog is a companion more than a. Well, I'd like to think.
What was interesting? I saw.
So bad now for laughing at that.
I know what you mean, though.
I saw there was a really interesting sort of documentary that what's the dog charity?
Which one? Dog Trust.
Dog Home? Yeah, one of those, and they followed like a group of homeless people, and it's amazing actually how much that they detriment to themselves for the animal. Like they they say how the dog helps them out so much, but they always make sure that the dog's fed first.
There's a guy at the station, and I get off that, and he's there every day, and sandwiches, people drop him a sandwich, always a can of dog food, or that's not much good if you ain't got a can opener, they pull up there, you know what I mean?
Ring pull,
ring pull, whatever, you know. But there's always people dropping stuff off. Yeah. And there was a guy that used to be there when I was first there, and he was, I don't know what's happened to him, but he was an alcoholic. I spoke to him a few times, but that's the other thing.
See, that's the stuff that bothers me as well, like spending it all on drink, or spending it all on.
That's what I said, buy a sandwich or a cup of coffee. That's the way to do it, I think that, or a big issue. Big issue's fine, because big issue, they're doing something for it, and you know, I had a guy come up to me in Covent Garden, and I was just standing, literally waiting. Kim had gone to the toilet just to come up to me, and he went, "You want a big issue, don't you, mate?" And I went, I don't actually, but I'll buy one anyway. He goes, "You all right?" I went, "Yeah, I'm fine." I go, "How are you?" He goes, "I'm great, mate. I'm better than some of these miserable bastards." And I said,
"Some of them have really got some really good."
I said, "Are you okay?" He said, "I'm getting there." Yeah. And that was his way, and he was brilliant. Yeah. And he went up to another bloke, and I went to the other bloke and said, "Buy one." I said, "Why aren't you going to buy one?" I said, "It's only a couple of quid." Yeah. I said, "It's cheaper than your pint." You know,
I think it's similar to what you say, because we've had some messages about the podcast, people saying, sort of going out of their way to say, you know, like, I've been watching it at work, I'm enjoying it, keep it up, kind of thing. And like I went back to like a couple of these messages and was like, you know, like, thank you, like, it means a lot, because you can, because kind of from where you're sitting, you'll sit here and we'll have the conversation, we'll do the edit, we'll do the upload, you know, you do the social media posts and everything, and
organising the days to film and all this.
Exactly, and it can
making sure it's not tinny.
And it can kind of feel like it falls on deaf ears sometimes. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So just to get even one message from somebody to say, like, you know, I watched the podcast at work, like, really made me laugh, or I enjoyed it, or, you know, you guys are funny, or whatever it might be. And like, I'm genuinely doing this because I enjoy it, and I think it's interesting to get different people like yourself. Like, you are a completely different character to Mitch. And you'll be
he's fit, I'm fat.
Both starts with the same letter.
You know, you'll be a completely different character to whoever we have on next. And it's just that, you know, and the things that we've talked about are completely different to what we talked about with Mitch.
But what was interesting that probably leads on from that is that it takes actually quite a lot of effort to say, you know, well done, thank you, or anything. Yeah. But it's so easy in today's society to ignore, to walk by.
Bringing it back to the homeless people thing, you know, I walk past this guy on the bridge every day. It's so much easier for me to continue with my routine, to leave my headphones in, to not pay attention to it, to not stop, to not hold up the people behind me, whatever it might be, than it would be to stop and be like, you know, you're right, mate. Yeah. You know, and just kind of have a word. And it's like, it's just something that you have to make a conscious effort.
Maybe what you should do is pick up a sandwich, even if, like, you make one, it doesn't matter. Pick up a sandwich and say, "That's for you, mate, morning." And say good morning to him as you walk past him, but don't give him any money. That's the way to do it. Or give him...
Because I sound really silly,
agree with you about giving money. I don't agree with giving money.
But this is going to sound really stupid, but what really annoys me are the ones that sit by the cash machine.
Yeah.
Because
you get those...
that's wrong.
They sit right by the cash machine.
You get those in Southend.
Mate,
or by the taxi rank as well.
Sorry, I've got no change. Yeah, I'm not giving you a tenner.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you're going.
No, that's not. And that sounds really silly as well. But homeless people must be losing out on money at the moment because we contact cards so much. We don't carry change as much these days.
It doesn't cash isn't as...
I would have thought that you don't. You know, it's not so. Oh, I've got a couple of quid in my pocket. I'll drop it in, because how often do we have change? We don't really, do we?
But it's, you know, it's very sad that like I said to you, because even being out in the cold for an hour, just knowing that it's the fact that you know you're going to be in your bed at some point that gets you through it. You know it's there. Yeah, because you're kind of like, okay, I'm cold right now, but in a couple of hours I'll be at home. So to know that you're going to sit on that bridge, you're going to sit there all day, you're going to sit there all night, mental toughness with that, to accept it. And, you know, and to kind of
be honest, even if he was getting 300 quid a day, I wouldn't want to sit on the bleeding bridge in the freezing cold.
No, I wouldn't.
For 300 quid
and he like, when I walk past him most mornings, he's asleep. And he's, you know, missed the table.
A bit like you then.
But he's sitting kind of bolt upright with his head down, and he's asleep, you know, and that is some people's lives. But the trouble with it is, and one of the reasons I don't agree with giving money, is you don't know the backstory. And it's so impossible to pick out the good ones from the bad ones. Because this guy might...
I'm not so bothered about the backstory. No, as long as they are actually
using
homeless.
It to...
Because at the end of the day, like, a lot of people just get themselves into like a really bad place. Yeah. For right reasons or wrong reasons, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, no, you don't want anybody to be homeless.
Like, just as long as there actually is a problem there, and they're not fueling it on... like drugs and alcohol.
Selfish game.
That's what I meant when I said the good ones from the bad ones, because whether you've done something wrong in your life or not, you know, if you've made a mistake that's caused you to be homeless, I wouldn't be like, well, I'm not giving you money because you treated your wife badly. What I meant was, like, it's difficult to pick the ones, because, like, you could give £5 or whatever you're going to give. Like, if you were to give,
I like it.
No, but if you were to give money to a homeless person, one of them
he's a big where he's going.
One of them might go and feed his dog, and, you know, and you see these videos on the internet sometimes where a guy will sit and talk to a homeless person, then he'll give him some money or whatever. Or I've seen one where a guy sat down and said he was struggling to get through his exams and whatever it might be, and the homeless guy went and sold his pillows.
To get some money for that.
You know, and gave it back to this guy. And it's like they've got absolutely nothing, but will still go out of their way to do something.
To give
good and bad and everyone.
Yeah, there really is.
It's
leading on from that, on a slightly different note,
I've got a good one.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, go on, but you go first.
Well, no, ours is a big one. It's the two truths and a lie.
Oh, that's how we finish off. Go on. What did you?
No,
go on.
No,
we've got 6 or 7 minutes.
I know, but I don't want to say it now.
Well, come on.
No.
Why are you being like that?
I've already done a good one. We spent 15 minutes on it.
It's true.
You're right.
So, Martin, I believe you've got us a nice prepared. We've got the old 2 truths and a lie game.
2 truths and a lie.
So tell us the 3 stories, however you like.
Okay.
And then we've got to decipher
I'm excited
afterwards.
about this.
So
we will grill you, by the way.
First story. I was about 17 years old.
And you had hair.
That must be a lie.
And the guy came to me in the street, and he said, "Do you know what?" He said, "Would you like to be a model?"
How long did you work on keeping a straight face when you said that?
I haven't worked on it at all. And what he did was he actually got me into a modelling show.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I was in a modelling show.
Modelling show.
International modelling show.
Amateur.
And I was a male model. Officially paid male model. Actually, yeah, it was the first one was for charity, but it was 2. One was for charity, one was paid.
Is that what it was called before they were called escorts?
Sorry? What kind of what?
What kind of shoots did you do?
Shoes. Yeah. Hands.
Was it just one?
It was just catwalk. It was called 2 catwalks.
Oh, really?
Catwalk.
So it wasn't just like one toe.
No, it was a catwalk.
Single toe.
Yeah.
Was it for an actual brand or?
No, it was for I can't remember what the store was called. And I genuinely can't remember what the store was called.
Yeah.
But it was like for an agency, and they would go, right, you're doing this.
It was directly. It was a guy. The guy was a hairdresser.
Okay.
Hairdresser, seriously, hairdresser. And it was a.
We want you to model for Head and Shoulders.
Head and Shoulders.
Wigs.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Got dandruff? You can't tell me these supermodels that are advertising Head and Shoulders use Head and Shoulders.
Bullshit.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Anyway,
that's number
story
1.
2. Story number 2. So the next 2 are Virgin Atlantic related because I had to make them something that you possibly wouldn't know about.
Okay.
So I had to think of things you wouldn't know. So I was in South Africa. Landed in South Africa. I was with my friend Steve Neal. He came with me on a trip. We got to the hotel and England were playing South Africa in the cricket. Got absolutely stuffed in the cricket. So the hotel there was an atrium. It's a place called the Sand and Sun Towers, big tall building. And there were certain players leaning over the balcony waiting for the Virgin Air hostesses to come in. I won't say in case any of their wives are watching. And anyway, so we went out that night. A few of the cricket guys came out with us. But then the next day, we had another day and 2 days there or whatever. So we just used to leave our doors open sort of thing. And suddenly this guy called Mark Butcher, you wouldn't even know who Mark Butcher is, played cricket for England, Surrey, no. Just walked into, Steve's on the bed, I'm laying on the other bed, we're watching TV, he walked in, he goes, all right boys, he goes, yeah, he goes, can I play you a song? He came in with a guitar, went, yeah, all right then. And he just sat and we ordered hot chocolate and he played his guitar. Mark Butcher, England cricketer, was playing his acoustic. I just sat and drunk hot chocolate.
It's a weird story.
So that's they're all a bit bizarre. Number 3.
Yeah, one of them's really bizarre. It didn't happen.
What's really weird is my friend Steve was with me both these times. Now the third one, while working for said airline, we took Chelsea to Hong Kong. Now Chelsea had just.
Is this the second story?
This is second.
Third.
Now.
Sorry.
Yeah. So
I'm just
right.
He's just so good at this.
You're
terrible.
1 hair modelling. 2 cricket. Guitar. 3. Okay,
Chelsea.
We're all right now.
All right.
So,
fuck's sake.
Why don't we talk to like a child? Yes,
because you fucked it. You fucked up and you weren't listening.
Yeah, let's go.
So took Chelsea to Hong Kong. A few of them misbehaved on the plane. Not very nice guys. But most of them really nice. Manager at the time was Gianluca Vialli.
Okay.
If you have to think of his name, I was going to say Zola. Zola was one of the players.
It's like an Italian you.
Yes, he does. He's a lot better looking than me. He's a very good looking man. Ray Wilkins, God rest his soul, was on there.
Sad and he looks like you as well.
Yeah.
Anyone bald? Anyone bald and white?
Thanks. Yes. Now there's a generalisation.
There you go. No racism for you.
Yeah. And when we got to Hong Kong, It was a famous thing years ago in a place called China Jump, where Gaza was in a dentist chair. They were pouring. You probably too young to remember, but they were out in Hong Kong and they were pouring tequila and stuff inside him. Anyway, we went to this China Jump place. Gianluca and Ray Wilkins, I was with my friend, said, "Boys, come and sit with us. You looked after us on the plane, we look after you now." So we sat there, drinks, loads of beers, this, that and the other. And then we were going to a nightclub. Well, it's not a nightclub, a bar called Joe Bananas. And we went to this Joe Bananas, and there was a couple of the players, I wouldn't even say now, even though it was that long ago, were getting a little bit, how can I say, heated with a few of the locals. It all kicked off in this bar, massive. It was a massive big punch-up. But they had a side door there, so we banged the side door. Everyone ran out. I said, "Boys, this way," to the Chelsea guys. Out the side door, out there. And they all run off from various hotels. We were flying home the next day or whatever. I get back to London. The Daily Mail on the front or the back page of the Daily Mail, Chelsea brawl in Hong Kong. Now, this is pre-social media, so there's no video, no nothing. I get hauled in. Well, right, come on, tell us what happened. We I don't know, we're there, I don't know anything about it, nothing like that. So that's my third story.
Okay, so you've got a Chelsea brawl.
Chelsea
now we're going to have to be quick.
Have
to be quick with this.
We have to be quick.
Yeah.
The story that's a lie.
Yes.
Is there an element of truth to it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Shit.
I think it's the Terry Butcher.
Yeah,
is it Terry Butcher?
I think it's the. Me personally, I'd say it's the last one. There's an.
The thing is, you do this very well. All of them had a nice amount of detail.
Lots of detail. I think you're lying about.
I think you could be a model. I remember seeing a photograph of you
I think
when you were young.
could have been.
Yeah,
not
there was a photograph.
Fuck me, not now.
I said for hands.
But no, there was a photograph that I think you put up once, and it was when you were young. And it was like, oh no, I could imagine maybe you being a model. And I think you gave too little detail on that, and you'd expect us to say that's a lie.
But I think you might have told me something about this Mark Butcher thing before.
Should we go Chelsea then? We have to be quick.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, we do.
Give me 1 second. Okay, so
You're a really good storyteller.
Anyway,
and
back to it.
Even worse, a really good liar.
That's not a good thing if my wife's watching this. I'm not a good liar. I'm not a good liar.
This is.
If it was me, I'd go for there's an element of lies with the Chelsea story.
No, because I think that's the vaguest one of the three. I think you were very detailed on story 2.
The vaguest one of the 3 is the modelling.
Yeah, but I don't think if the Chelsea thing was true, that he would come in, lie to the Chelsea team or whoever said about it, and then come and tell us, to our massive fans.
No, I'm sticking with my guns.
To what the
middle story?
I
think you may have met him, but there's no way you came and played you a song on the guitar.
That is a weird thing. Like, how big, like, in today's terms...
International? Yeah. He's put him on...
It's like Freddie Flintoff coming in and
playing for England.
So that would be like me sitting in a hotel room and Michael Owen wanders in and plays a recorder for me.
Yeah.
While you're having a hot chocolate and strumming one out.
Whoa,
nice hot chocolate though.
Why did you add that bit on the end?
I had my friend next to me. We weren't strumming one.
Oh, okay.
But you were in your pants.
I can't remember what I was wearing actually, but yeah.
Nothing.
Plums hanging out the side.
They wouldn't have hanged.
What a word.
They'd have just been there.
What a word that is.
So
plums.
we can interrogate. So we can put some other questions in.
Yeah, we can elongate the last episode a little bit.
It was an acoustic guitar?
Yes.
So did he carry the guitar with it? He just turned up and was like, "Can I play your song?" And you went, "Yes," while he had the guitar.
Pulled the guitar out of his arsehole.
"Bear with me, I'm going to go."
He walked in with his guitar.
Yeah.
Said, do you mind if I sit here?
How did he know that you guys were in there?
Because the door was open, there was a lot of doors open and he thought that it was more players and maybe some Virgin crew because we were all on the same floor.
So he's gone in, assuming it's a group of his
and
mates.
I'll tell you what,
seen you half naked on a bed, and he's gone.
Yeah,
Can I play you a song?
We'd met the night before anyway.
Yeah,
this was the day after.
He was playing you a song whether you said yes or no.
Actually, it may have been about 3 in the morning. I can't actually remember exact times.
Was it an original or was it a cover?
I can't even remember what the song was.
He didn't make a song up on the spot.
Well, this is the thing. Well, if he's carrying a guitar around, he's clearly a musician.
I cannot.
Is he?
Remember what the song was. I just remember him doing it.
Carry off, you're an actor. On that note, if it was me, I'd pick the last one.
Go on then.
Yeah.
Wait. What you said?
The middle one is the last.
I think it's the last one.
The one that is the lie is the first one.
Oh shit!
I wanted you to be a model so much.
I did do an amateur model show once where there was one picture, which is the picture. It was porn, and it was like in a nightclub in Southend or whatever. And there is a picture which I thought I've got that picture for you so you. I knew
you told me about the story in the middle before.
But Mark Butcher is true, and Chelsea is true 100%.
Wow.
Well, I mean, there may be a little bit more to the Chelsea thing of names, and I could put names in there, but I'm not going to. The Mark Butcher thing, the Mark Butcher thing was a bit bizarre.
The Chelsea story sounded like it was too detailed. For me. For it to be a lie, but I wanted the first one to be.
But it depends on whether or not he's been working it, because he's had quite a few days. He could feel
the thing is with the football story as well. It made you realise Ray Wilkins was such a nice man. He was so concerned that we looked after them, that they looked after us. And my friend Steve had come with me on a trip, just come with me for the jolly, and he was on both those trips. Which was really bizarre. It's not as if he came away with me every single week.
Things keep happening when you're.
It was always when I'm with you, you know. So and they are two things that were a bit different. That I knew I had to think of something that we hadn't spoke about. So and I didn't want it to be.
You couldn't tell me about Dan Marino or something.
No, you know about all of Dan Marino stuff, and you don't want it all football all the time. You want it to be a bit different. And
that we do.
Yeah, you told me about the
Mark Butcher one. The guitar, it was bizarre, but he was again really nice, just dead chilled, laid back guy. Yeah. But there were England cricketers leaning over the balcony, waiting for the next bunch of Virgin crew to come.
we need to wrap up. So
and I will tell you their names once this is off.
All right. Yeah. Well, have you had a good time?
Yeah, it's been really nice.
It's been a while.
You want to come back?
I'm all over this. This is nice.
It's been really lovely having you. It's been really good fun.
It's been nice. It's not difficult talking to you lot anyway, is it? We're just mates anyway, so it's all good.
And I think while we're here and while we've got you here, just on behalf of the football team, I think we're genuinely grateful to have you. Like, we do really appreciate it.
You're trying to get me going.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying in general, you know, like a lot of the stuff that you've organised and things you put together for us, and you know, just genuinely having you there, just to be like, how are you? You know, when we turn up to football with our gear and stuff, just to have someone there to just ask how you're doing, you know, that kind of thing. I think a lot of people on the team really appreciate that.
It's what you do for people. I got a bit stiff. Shoulders. Yeah. You're a good bunch of lads, and if you weren't a good bunch, if you were a horrible bunch, we wouldn't be doing it, and I don't think anyone would. But you're nice people. Yeah. You're all nice people.
Yeah. Age has no effect, and long may it continue. Can you do a barbecue every year?
Yeah, no worries.
I think the last one. I'm going to come to this one.
Yeah, you're not getting involved with the draft this time, though. You're rubbish. You're not allowed. You're out. You can come to the barbecue, but you're out.
Anyway, you are welcome to join us again.
Thank you very much.
Anytime. Do you want to? We'll put links for Finns Nation UK.
Finns Nations UK is really important. Wayne will be putting up another raffle for charity towards the middle of the year. One of the things that we've got at the moment, we've had a signed programme from the Super Bowl by the Sky Sports guys, and I'd like to thank Neil Reynolds for that, and Jeff and Rob and Bucky, but also please keep an eye on things. Even if he does a little raffle, just buy some tickets. All the money goes straight back into raising more money, so it's all for good causes, you know.
We'll put a link to the page.
We beat cancer. Cancer is hate.
Yes,
hate
correct.
Cancer.
And you guys do a lot of good stuff for charities and stuff, so we'll put a link to Finns Nation in the description, and it'd be good to have you back. You're welcome to come back.
Yeah, lovely.
But I'm always sad when these end. Yeah, genuinely, because I'm like, I just want to keep going. But let's draw close to it there. Okay. So thanks for watching. Hit all the buttons. We do appreciate it, and that has been
Buckin Around.
See why I hate it.